YouTube, what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Justice coming at y'all with another YouTube read, another collective energy read. I hope this finds you guys at a clarifying time of your day. Remember to take what resonates and please leave the rest behind. Appreciate your likes, comments, shares, and subscribes. Let's go and get started. Angels of the highest of white light, please bestow upon me clear and concise channel messages for exactly what my collective needs to hear that accommodates with the general one I have ready. Thank you, and Ashe. Whoever this is for, there's something about I was gonna use a different one, but I'm gonna use. So whoever I'm tapping into, you have an intimidating aura about your energy that has people take to you a little differently, or drops people back in your energy a little bit. So it's a little intimidating, or a little intimidation in your energy, in terms of maybe what's behind you, or maybe your polarities. A lot of you guys are multidimensional. A lot of you guys are a lot of you guys may bring or attract skepticism from people because they don't understand certain things, or that you confuse them, or certain things that logically would make sense don't make sense with you, or something like that. You know, things like that. There's an intimidation in terms of maybe the intelligence behind who I'm tapping into, in terms of that's the aligned kind of channel message. I had a different one that I was going to go into, but I'm going to go right into it after this one. But I always do that coming up in the beginning, just forgetting. But a lot of times people are intimidated by your energy and end up mimicking your energy and try to mirror your energy because they see the results that it carries as well. I've had a video similar to that one, that last sentence before. A lot of times people find intimidation with what it is that's in your energy, with the truth that you provide through your energy. There's something about the fact of the matter with, especially with people that, let's say, like, try to play with your energy. A lot of people, let's say, that have been around, that have seen certain aspects of your character and know like how you can shift in a certain way. Maybe there's something about a lot of you guys possessing certain aspects to you that corresponds to your light, right? And a lot of certain people can't take what comes with that shadow. A lot of shadow empath work comes from boundary protecting and protecting yourself from energy vampires or narcissistic figures that want to impose their own agendas on you. That's what and that reminds me of the message that I had. We're going to get into that after this one. But a lot of times people act out of fear when it comes to your energy. You wonder why people are acting in such a certain intimidated way, or in such a way because of certain takings to your energy, or they've witnessed certain things in your energy, or you're not like what it is that they believe that you should be, or you should be on, or you should be doing. Or there's certain elements of information that you may provide that could be outside of the norm for what people may naturally think or logically think, right? And so with this information, a lot of you guys, what I'm saying is, you kind of detest this theme of what people are logically used to. And so when you detest this theme of what people are logically used to, there kind of reflects a certain controversy that it causes. And there's a certain polarity that you may offer to people. So a lot of you guys may be artistically gifted, right? I tap into artists and creatives specifically for this reason, because of that polarity or that controversy that you may fear, or you may, what do you call that word? Not like anticipate, but like apprehension. Like you may have apprehension in terms of creation, or create your creative abilities, or maybe that aspiration or ambitions in certain ways, because of this type of polarity that you may fear that it brings, right? I've spoken about this in a different video too. But a lot of times that's, when you're carrying such a energy that I guess maybe that's mysterious, right? You're supposed to carry it in a certain, not agenda, but a certain way that fits what that cloaking is. And when I say a cloaking, I'm gonna go into that, because a lot of times when people find you very mysterious or very otherworldly, I'm kind of channeling that, or things like that, it really comes from a place to where there's a boundary jurisdiction around what they can accept, what they can see, or what they cannot. And that is usually for what is understood or what is not able to be understood. What's able to be fathomed, what's not able to be fathomed. And so a lot of times you guys may have people that take to you obsessively for these reasons to figure you out on a vindictive level, right? And it doesn't have to start on a vindictive level. It can turn into a vindictive one, right? And so when you're kind of illuminating certain things in others' energy and you're wondering why these kind of elements of energy come back, these dynamics come back, it could be also something that's backing you. I had a similar message earlier. But a lot of you guys come from origins, or you come from places that you're really expressing into fruition a lot more soulfully, not egotistically. And so when you're expressing on a soul level, there's something that can really come out in terms of your energy that's felt, right? The authenticity of your energy may be felt on a very massive level. And so with that note, there's something about like what that can illuminate in other people, right? In terms of how they act towards you, right? A lot of you guys may have a lot of people that compete with you for these very reasons, to kind of, feel more whatever that is, right? And we're not really here to get into that, but this comes back to intimidation, right? When you make fear-monger decisions, it's from fear itself, or a lack or obscurity, right? And so a lot of you guys express from your soul, and it can like kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of channeling energy. A lot of you guys have put people at crossroads with whether it's how you connotate or how you express yourself or whatever it is. You may have put people what felt to be at a crossroads in terms of like a still point to see two or more different sides or equations to a situation through your energy. And so that can be very intimidating. A lot of you guys are illuminating of knowledge. A lot of you guys are illuminating of demons. A lot of you guys are illuminating of energy sectors that you're not supposed to see, or you're not supposed to be depicting, or you're not supposed to be on point about, right? These are all kind of this kind of dark feminine energy, because I'm saying feminine with the spiritual connotation to the physical correlation. Both sides are represented in the spiritual realm, of course. But I'm talking about that yin energy, and whereas the yang. And so a lot of you guys can represent such a mysterious aura about you because not all is going to be seen at you physically. And so that's kind of what I'm saying with this message. I was kind of jumbling my words in the beginning, but I'm finding the cohesiveness though. But a lot of you guys are going to intimidate people or strike this competition in people because of simply what it is or how you do something. A lot of you guys do something a certain way that's just you. Right? A lot of you guys do what it is that you do in the way that you do it, right? You could be in an industry full of a lot of other people, but you do what you do the way you do it. And that's what separates you. That's what puts you apart. And that's kind of what makes it more polarizing and intimidating, because it's more authentic. And so that can be the most intimidating thing in a world of inauthenticity, right? I was getting ahead of myself, right? So that can be this can be the most distorting thing to people that don't really understand where that comes from in terms of that authenticity or that level of honesty, right? And so when you're really coming from that angle and coming directly at people, whether you're just really direct or you're very on point when you address something, or how you move is very on point, it can be it can throw people off in terms of what's not used to that, right? It can throw people in a state of dissonance, right? And so there's a sense of understanding what comes with the role that a lot of you guys play, right? In terms of whether it's in your dynamics or in whatever dynamic, a lot of you guys have understood to kind of like hold back a little more. Or a lot of you guys have understood not to kind of like do too much, so to speak. That phrase right there, like do too much. You know what I mean? Because of these type of like factors that you may have experienced before that come from you expressing, right? And a lot of you guys are just very gifted. A lot of you guys are tapped in. A lot of you guys are going against the norm. So a lot of you guys have learned to remain reserved in areas that God may need you to be illuminating fully, or maybe needing you to stand in boldly. And so I think I'm going to end it off on that one. If you need a person with me, hit up Shamika's son with a C and Shamika@gmail.com. I've got a couple of partnerships available if you're interested in Amazon Web Services. I don't like shouting these out. I'm going to take a break for this one. But it's your boy, Justice. I'm sending my love and I share. Appreciate your likes, comments, shares, and subscribes. My links and descriptions for any partnership that you may be interested in will be in the description box for 20% off. But peace out, y'all.